presentation where I just collected some statistics over the past 1 year. When I say 1 year, I mean from the last Trek Polamaa to this Trek Polamaa March to March 2013-2014, just to highlight some of the wonderful work that has been done in the group. And the second presentation, I just want to highlight some of the key organizers. It's difficult in this group because everyone is a volunteer, everyone is a contributor. It's difficult to pick out individuals because everyone actually actively contributes. So I just still wanted to highlight a couple of people who really have made a big difference. Again, in the last 1 year, I'm not talking about the 6-year history, I'm talking about the past 1 year. So first, let's take a look at what has happened in the year 2013, a couple of numbers. So, Chennai Trekking Club. So I think we have a mix here of new people who just came. I met a couple of you today who are new. I see a lot of regular faces, so let me just also cover some of the basics. Chennai Trekking Club. So originally we started with trekking, all levels, fresh and moderate, difficult. But across the years we have actually diversified in a lot of different areas. We started cycling 2-3 years ago. Since the beginning we have always been biking, and then in the last 1 or 2 years we have been very active in sports, whether it's running, swimming, cycling, marathons, triathlons. So there are also wonderful initiatives like Manik was presenting. We have participated in heritage events. And then one thing which is actually missing here is of course our a lot of green initiatives have been happening, tree plantations, cleanups, which definitely should be updated on the website. So a lot of diversity, right? It's all connected through outdoors and connected with nature, basically. Next slide. So before we go over some data and some statistics, I just want to reiterate what all of us know. So these are actually the fundamental kind of 6 pillars on which our group is based. It's an open group, so nobody needs any entrance criteria to step in the group. We welcome everyone to join. Still remember in the early days that we were a little bit scared of the kind of people we were attracting, so we're actually doing an individual background check on every guy coming in, but soon that was impossible as there were like 20-30 people joining every single day. So it's completely open, and I think over the years we have attracted the right type of people. I think once you come in this environment of CTC, there's nobody really that's going to survive with bad intentions or anything. So once you come in this environment, so it's non-profit. I think that's very important. So there's no kind of commercial purpose to this group. That is like one of the most important things, that we do things for the passion of it. It's not for any money or any individual profit making. Volunteering, of course, is very fundamental. So this whole event this week was all done based on the efforts of volunteers. Any event, any trek, any cycle trip, any tree plantation, whatever we do, is all based on volunteership. So then the membership is also an important aspect. So maybe a lot of you, I typically meet people in the city who recognize me. People say like, I've been 1 year in CTC, but I've never joined a trek yet or any event yet. But still people are very excited to be part of the group because they kind of are a member. So they receive this daily stream of mails that keeps them updated what's happening in all these events, even though they didn't participate. They get a lot of photos of write-ups, experiences of other first-timers who kind of share a lot of things they have experienced during those events. So that membership, I think, is a very important thing that you don't see probably with like a typical, like say a commercial outdoor organization where you just go once along with them and then you forget about it. CTC is always like a bit of a long-term relationship, even though you might not be active all the time. Diversity, as you saw in the last slide, so we do a lot of things, and I'm sure that this is not planned. It's not like, okay, 2010 we will get into cycling, 2013 we'll get into archery. So I think it all evolves in a very natural way. That's along the way we keep discovering new kind of sports, outdoor activities that kind of entice us. And then of course the last 2 years we have been there has been a strong green color in the group, that a lot of environmental activities have happened, like tree plantations. We have a strong core green team who is like very active in all kind of conservation activities, which I think gives a very positive angle to the group. And we have also seen yesterday the forest department was present here. I hope that in the future we can grow follow closer and do some interesting collaborations with the forest officials, as in the past years we have not really been very close on that level. Next one, so here you see some of the faces. So what is CTC? CTC is basically nothing, it's just a platform for people to connect. And some of these people, which we call organizers, the most active volunteers, not every organizer is here, don't feel bad. This is just the people who send me their profile pic as part of the 6th birthday events. We have a lot more than this. These are actually the people that are actively driving the group. So these are the people who kind of spend their personal time to kind of put an event together, plan the event, and then take 20, 30 people on different type of outdoor activities. So it's always an evolving group. New people join the group, become regulars, and then become organizers after some time. So let's start at the website. The website, our portal to the world, through which new people find us. You see some impressive statistics there. You keep looking at the counters of page views on the website. So in the last 6 years since the website has been up, we have had now close to 2 million web views. I mean, these are not visitors, but which is quite impressive, I think. I mean, we don't have a dedicated team behind this website. It's like a 1 or 2 man effort. But still, I mean, due to the content, due to the experiences, due to the beautiful visuals we bring back from the field, a lot of people get attracted to cameras who come along and kind of take back a very rich, very interesting experience, put it in writing and share it with everyone. Next. So here again some statistics from our Google group. So here you can kind of see the size of the group. We are growing now towards the 21,000 mark almost. So again, not everyone is active. This is just email IDs, all the people who kind of receive the ongoing email communication, the event-related communication which is rotated in the group. And then every month you can see here the number of messages or events or posts which go to the group. So these are basically the emails sent by those organizers you saw. So on an average you can see around 30, 35 communications go to the group every month, so it's like very active all the time. Sometimes you see a dip, sometimes it gets a little bit more active if there's any major event happening in that specific month. Next. Yeah, so how do people find us? I think there are, various ways for new people to get introduced in the group. So we still see that many of the people who find us actually work through Google. Google has helped us a lot in the past when we set up the website to kind of find us. We can generate statistics on the kind of keywords that people are using. There's a lot of kind of locations or tracking outdoor related terms that basically connect people to the website. Then the social media, of course, helps a lot in the last couple of years. When people see the photos posted on the profiles, they automatically want to see where those places come from. So these are kind of the top places, and recently with bigger events like the Chennai Trail Marathon, where we had some more than 1,000 people attending, through that also we kind of reach out to new people. So this is an interesting chart which shows who is following us, right? Following, not just participating. These are website visitors. So you can see obviously a lot of people from India, but not just India. There are a lot of other countries, including US, Europe is there, China, even Belgium is there. A lot of people actually follow. So this is actually something to be proud about, I guess. So probably part of the people here are like Chinese who are on relocation as part of their IT job. But I'm sure that we also have a wide radiation internationally, because again of those wonderful photos, experiences, the wonderful things that we do, the whole world is actually kind of watching us, right? Except for Africa, which is pretty wide there, and like Moscow, Russia, worldwide actually people are looking at the website. Next. So Facebook also. We have, as you know, the Chennai Trekking Club Facebook group, so which has grown a lot. I still remember this to be just around 1,000 or 2,000 a couple of years ago. So So since then we have opened the group, kind of made it like an open discussion forum for our members to interact. Google group is reserved for organizer invites, for event, club level updates. But the Facebook group is actually a forum where we want to invite everyone to kind of share, engage in discussions and interactions on anything related to outdoors, to CTC, so that basically you can exchange ideas and stuff. So I think that has worked well over the last couple of years. It's almost on par with the Google group. We of course have a couple of moderators on this forum to make sure that we don't get too many spam that kind of destroys the purpose of the group. Next. Yeah, so don't press the next button now. So here you can see, this took me a couple of late nights to collect this data. Here you can see that roughly, by checking the invites sent to the group, we have done close to 200 events from March till March, which is almost 4 events every week, which is that's why I'm saying it. Yeah, we seem to be very active. I mean, you wouldn't think of this. Sometimes some of the periods are a bit silent, but overall it's quite impressive. Yeah, and here you can basically see 64, 35. I have put a white cover over the x-axis with the labels. I just want you to guess a little bit. These are basically a number of events of different types, basically, right? Like trekking, biking, cycling. So what do you think would be the 64? Yeah, it's still the Chennai Trekking Club, correct? 35? Not cycling. Running, we have been doing a lot of runs, so this has popped up from almost 0 last year to has become pretty common now. And okay, then we have a couple of, here we have a lot of things which happen like very infrequently, but in these areas, any idea what this could be? Workshop is also there, correct. So, bike trips are there, workshop, cycling, what else would be there? Green events definitely, and photography, yeah. So we have a couple of people like Nivya and Navani, who have been very active in photography events. You can just click the next button and just take a look at the number of events which happen. Sorry, give me a second. This is something to be very proud about, right? So after our core activity, our nature of trekking, the green guys have done an amazing job in organizing. And then of course, I mean, we should also look at the right side of the axis. There are a couple of events where probably we should, if you are interested, we can probably do a little more, like towards the young generation, something more related to family, kids, ladies treks. As far as I saw, only 3 ladies treks have happened in the last 1 year, which is a little bit sad. I think there's a lot more scope there. SUV, okay, that's more like on 4 wheels. Social treks also, I think, has come down quite a bit since previous year. And then of course triathlon, treasure, and these are bigger events. Marathon, you can not expect that to go on a frequent basis, but definitely on the social kids ladies side, we can probably try to pick up a little bit next year. Okay, so next.
That is also
okay. So these are like the weekly ongoing categories. Now let's take a look at the major events. So you are aware that throughout the year, every 1 or 2 months, we do a couple of bigger events. So these are the number of people now, not the number of events, but the number of people we have taken out, which is quite huge, on some of these major yearly events. Can somebody tell me?
Beach cleanup.
No. Beach cleanup in the bottom. Where did we organize? Wait, this is the marathon, right? The Chennai Trail Marathon? No, this is not the weekly events. This is the one-time yearly events. This is not treks. What would this be? Triathlon will be actually somewhere here only 300. Down to dusk, yeah. We have taken out 2,000 children in running. There's another 1,000 parents in January during Down to Dusk. So as you know, the kids run of Down to Dusk was fully owned by CTC, even though the overall event is kind of driven by Neville, an amazing athlete. We have done an amazing year this year, I mean an amazing feat this year. From I think hardly 150 people last year, 150 kids, sorry, to almost 2,000 kids, plus another 1,000 parents who participated in the kids run. So that you can see, right, a single event has a major impact actually. You do something with 20, 30 volunteers and you're actually reaching out to thousands of youngsters, in this case kids, all the way from 3 years old till 16. So then we have the Chen item, you can probably click, ready. So here you can see triathlons. Okay, we only did 3 triathlons, and of course this involves swimming, which always has some risk aspect in it. So still 300 people on triathlons is an amazing thing. Many people don't know how to swim, many people don't own a cycle, so I think it's awesome that we kind of were able to get 300 people into swimming. 6th birthday, I will have a separate slide on that. Our 6th birthday spans over 4 weekends. Up till now we have completed 2 weekends and we have taken out 350 people in the last 2 weeks, which is again quite awesome. Let's take a look now at the next slide, which shows the data for number of people we have reached out to or which we have been able to make participate in our events. So what would that 1,600 be? Trekking, yeah, that should be trekking, correct. So we have taken out 1,600 people on, I think we had around 64 treks, right, in the previous slide. So what have 900 people been doing? Yeah.
Jumping.
Eating. You can just bring up the legend, I think. So for example, running, we have only organized like limited runs, but every run, like say a 10 by 10, is really like 10 continuous days. So in which sometimes you have 20, 30 people each day. So the number of people you reach here is quite amazing. 10 by 10, 7 by 7, 5 by 5. Workshops, again, we only did like 13 workshops. Kartik was also mentioning there, but every workshop you can easily have 20, 30, 40, sometimes 50, 60 people in the room. So these are estimates, kind of conservative estimates, but definitely we have been able to reach out to 600 plus people in kind of sharing anything about photography, about map reading, navigation. We had workshops on diverse topics. Polamaa has given a workshop on sports injuries, preparing for running. So green again, very impressive here, around 400 people is my estimate. That's quite impressive. I mean, these are estimates again, because going through all the sheets individually is difficult, but just a conservative estimate of how many people multiplied by the number of events. Cycling, a lot of people in cycling, and then etc. You go on to the lesser amounts. So this gives a nice idea, right, on more than number of events, how many people you actually reach out to, and the numbers are quite impressive, I would say. Next one, so this is regarding our current ongoing birthday treks. So as you know, right, announced online, we planned somewhere around 75 birthday treks this year, which is nearly double of last year. Lots of different events again in all the categories, and up till now, statistics given back by the birthday organizers comes to around 360. So if we keep going at the same rate, we would be able to reach 700 people this year, which I believe is almost double as the 444 last year. Okay, this is also quite something to be proud about, I think, that, I mean, people are noticing us, and it's not that we want to be in the limelight, because of a lot of things we do, and this is mostly not related to our treks or cycle events. This is mostly related to the kind of social or green or cleanup activities that we do, that we actually get noticed in a very positive light by the media. So from Jan, actually, no, it should be somewhere, Jan, yeah, it's a little more than a year, I guess, from Jan to Jan. We have been covered in almost 50 newspaper articles, which recognizes the positive aspects of the group. Triathlons are also covered there, marathons, and then there's a whole set on Dawn to Dusk with focus on children. Next. So a very quick recap. I mean, all the regulars are aware of what we did, but just a very quick recap on some of the major events we have been doing in the last 1 year. If my count is right, we had around eight major activities going on. So we can just take a quick look at each one in the next slide. You know, obviously last year, our 5th birthday, we had around some 25 to 30 activities. Beautiful poster designed by Rajesh. Next one, we had Trek Polamaa 4, the 4th edition. We started at the 2nd year. So last year's 4th edition with a wonderful set of speakers. Next one, this year, not this year, I think previous year, somewhere in November 2012, we started with triathlons. This again was not planned, we just got started on this all of a sudden. Hey, look, I don't know how it happened, I think it typically always happens.
I know how it happened.
How did it happen, sir?
It happened on a trek. While walking on a jeep trail, we thought it's a good place to run, to cycle. Then there's a big pool. We thought it's a good place to swim. Why can't we combine all this and start a trek?
Okay, yeah. Good. Sometimes it all happens out of a discussion and informal discussion. So CTC, since that November 2012 till now, actually we have done some 7 triathlons, including the next slide. No, I think we'll go a little bit back, including a couple of slides further. You will actually see that we have organized one of India's first full Ironman. So when you talk about triathlon, it starts with an enticer level, which is just like a 300-meter swim, a 10-kilometer cycle ride, and a 2-kilometer run, all the way up till the the full Iron distance triathlon we did last November. We had 5 people, including one sitting here. I think Rahul is here. Can you just, he left, yeah. So 5 people were able to complete this kind of international level event, which was organized by CTC first time in India. Wonderful. So many people get intimidated by just running a marathon, but just only imagine doing a full Iron triathlon, which includes 4 kilometers of swimming nearly, 180 kilometers of cycling, followed immediately by running a full marathon. So that's an amazing feat. Several guys attempted it, but finally 5 people succeeded. We plan to do this, continue doing this on a yearly basis to kind of keep the challenge active to get more people into this kind of ultimate athletic challenge. Next one. So this has also become a regular in our CTC. You can see the winners here. This is the treasure hunt. And so CTC over the years we have done a lot of these trekking boot camps, the GPS map navigation sessions, but nothing works. Our guys are not that, what I learned in the past is that our type of people are not the type of people that you put in a classroom and that you show a lot of theory to. So I think no better way to learn the skill of navigation, the skill of map reading, the skill of using a GPS or with or without GPS or compass, whatever you need, to find your way through the jungle, pick up connected clues spread over long distance and basically have the satisfaction at the end point to kind of get to a treasure. So this has been quite successful. Last year we had also 5 teams participating, small compact teams of some 5 to 8 people each. So kind of picking up clues from deep inside the jungle, really in very challenging locations, pointing to the next clue, and finally to the treasure point, which is the collective goal for all the 5 teams to reach. I think this is the 2nd time that we have the Emperors getting the winning trophy. So the guys you see here are really hardcore trekkers, right? Independently navigating and going high speed to reach the treasure. Next one. So this has also been a regular customer in the group. So the Chennai coastal cleanup. It all started in November 2009 when we used to go frequently in the beginning of CTC to this Tada waterfalls. I saw a lot of pollution happening there, a lot of antisocial activities, and then also at one moment kind of did not feel very comfortable about that. 200 volunteers together went there to clean up the place, collected some 2 tons of garbage. And since then, November 2009, we have actually brought the cleanup and the environmental awareness closer to the city by cleaning up the beaches on a yearly basis. Typically this happens somewhere in May to a little behind the summer, May, June, July. So last year we were able to really, I mean, we are not cleaning up the beaches here, we're just kind of trying to make, sending a strong message of environmental awareness, basically kind of going out with lots of people. In this case we were able to collect some 5,500 people together. This included 1,500 individual volunteers from both within CTC as well as outside CTC. But more than that, we were able to include almost 110 external groups like corporates, NGOs, and also schools into the cleanups. We were able to reach out to lots of people from different places and kind of collect, clean up like 20 kilometers of beaches. The green team did a nice initiative of segregating the garbages and thereby also creating a lot of awareness on that side. We were able to collect some 31 or 41 tons of garbage this year, right? And that's basically what we want to do. We want to show, look, there's 41 tons of garbage on these beautiful beaches, to just make a strong kind of feeling of sensitizing basically, and that's something is not right there. Next one. Second year, starting with the Chennai, I mean the Buckingham Canal Marathon, which was supposed to be a regular 20-30 member event the year before last year, which became all of a surprise a 500 member event, and this year again doubling to around 1,100 people. Again, we hold up our reputation here. It's not a regular concrete city run. It's really an interesting run on a trail closer to nature, which is closer to the roots of CTC basically. Next one is, as I was talking, the full iron triathlon, which happened on December, so that was the 3rd triathlon. Next one is coming end of this month. We just, Shan helped us here getting permission from I mean the city swimming pools to organize it in the city. So next one will happen in Marina swimming pool. After that we should get a long-term permission for Village swimming pool to kind of keep doing this on an ongoing basis. End of the month we don't focus on the high-end athletes, we focus on the entry-level classes of Enticer, Sprint and Olympic. So anyone, please give it a shot. I mean, you just have to swim 300 meters. Cycling and running, I think, should be all easy for you guys. Try to participate in this. It really gives a satisfaction, and it really gives, I mean, gives a good feeling of confidence, right, to complete this kind of triple disciplinary event. And then next one, we had the last event of the, okay, here I just want to highlight all the green events. Next one, ready? So here you can actually see all the green activities which have happened. I think it's not complete yet. A couple of events are not captured, but it gives you a good idea, right, that there are, like, unfortunately, it's still a smaller group, but a very passionate and very active group in CTC who is kind of taking it very close to heart that we need to do something about what's going on with the planet, have more green, and also activities in terms of organic farming. So I hope that this, initially we all started it with cleanup drives, but now it has gone to a lot of more activities. Hope that this can continue over the coming years and that more people will actually participate, that it's not just about having fun on cycle and trek trips, but that at least 1 or 2 weekends you can also volunteer in these green activities. Next one is then the Dawn to Dusk. So this is something that has happened for the last 3 years. For the last 2 years, CTC has been kind of organizing the kids run aspect of this. This year actually the kids run was bigger than the adult run. I think we had 2,000 kids participating. A lot of families actually, it's more than kids, it's actually a full family event. You could see whole families with sisters, brothers, grandparents coming to the event, the kids running, the parents running. So it was really an amazing event to get children exposed to kind of sports activities, more healthy and a kind of active lifestyle. And no better place, of course, in Chennai city than IIT Madras to do this. Okay, next one. And then, of course, what's going on right now in the last 2 weeks and the coming 2 weeks. So lots of events happening, so please join whatever meets your interest. Next one, Polamaa. So this I think we have all seen. Next, so this again was our speaker panel this year. So I think we had a couple of quite interesting speakers both yesterday and today. It's always a bit of a challenge to reach out to the right and interesting speakers, but we were able to reach out to a couple of very inspirational people, and I think some of the people will definitely get back to and have some dedicated field workshops with some of these. Okay, that should kind of come to the end, I think. Any other slide ready after this? Okay, here we have kind of the roadmap, so kind of nothing new. So just giving a heads up what's coming up this year in terms of major events, in addition to all the ongoing weekly activities during all the weekends of the year. So we have again our triathlons will continue, the Iron Man will be there, and so the numbers are just going up. 50th coastal cleanup, treasure hunts will be coming up. We'll do a little bit changes on the treasure hunt there to make it a little bit more interesting, smaller teams, try to expose more people to navigation rather than one navigator taking the whole group forward. Chennai Trail Marathon, we are planning something again which will be a first in India, something different. We'll announce it when the time is right, etc. Okay, so I think we can now pass on to part 2. Let me just continue, not to... That we just stand still for a moment. There's 200 events throughout the year. That we just stand still and just take a moment to congratulate the main organizers. I mean, we cannot cover everyone because then probably everyone in the room has a deserving role. Everyone is a volunteer. Everyone is a contributor. So you cannot say this guy does more than that guy. It's not always easy to pick out people. So my criteria for this first recognition event, I just went through the Google group and I just picked out from the event invites that have gone to the group between March 2013 to March 2014, picked out these organizers or co-organizers who have actually organized individually or were the main organizers for the last 1 year. So we have some 25 people who have done, so after generating some statistics I was able to pick out some 25 people who have actually organized 5 or more events. So we have a lot of organizers probably present in the group which have done, which also have done a lot of wonderful work, but maybe a lesser number of events. So for this one I just wanted to kind of take the top 20 who kind of have done like 5 or more events. Some people have done like more than 20, 30 events. So the focus here is also more on the weekly events than on the bigger events. We know that in big events like the marathon, triathlon, sometimes there are lots of people involved, a whole volunteering team. Here initially I wanted to focus a little bit on the ongoing weekly events who kind of has contributed a lot. Out of these 25, I think maybe only 5 to 8 are here. So anyway, we can shoot the video, we'll upload the recognitions online. We'll give them a small momentum later on, but I just still want to recognize them in front of a larger group. So we're going to start a little bit top to bottom. I mean, not top to bottom, all the organizers are equal, but just in terms of activity, who has been most active in. I'll show you slide by slide. You can go to the next slide, one press at a time. I'm just going to show you the record of each organizer, and you can guess for a while who would be the person behind all of this. Just imagine in the previous presentation you saw that we have done 200 events collectively throughout the year. Out of these 200, one single guy has done around, I think it's around 25 events, which is almost 8% of the entire group. What note also that Prem personally is an enterpriser, so he has a lot of personal work going on, but still he's an amazing individual who has put so much effort to kind of organize so many things, and this is just like what Prem has organized. More than that, Prem has been an amazing guy to introduce new talent in the group, to mentor new organizers. I think you will already see some of the organizers who have been brought in by Prem, but over the next couple of years, when some of these new junior organizers become more active, I will see more and more of people who have kind of been initiated into CTC and into Trek organization by this single man coming up in the group. So I will ask a few people to present the momentum randomly. Surya, can you present a small momentum to Prem? Prem, you want to say a few words? That's one common thing about CTC organizers. They are like amazing, hard-working volunteers, but they don't want to stand on the stage. You can press actually 2 presses behind each slide. Voila. The Superman of CTC. Okay, so 1 second. Little previously. Right, so we'll have the record, we can guess a little bit, and then I'll show a photo from one of the events of that particular person. Okay, thanks a lot, Prem. Amazing contribution in the last 1 year. Okay, number 2. So I'm just going in terms of number of events. Next slide. Are you sure? Yeah. Next. Click, yeah, Masu. Out of station this weekend. He had some personal work in his hometown. So Masu, basically, to give a short input on him, so Masu has been initially in the initial years in CTC a hardcore trekker, and in the last more recent period he has been very, very active in green. So I think he was also one of the guys who kind of was heading up the green team initially. He has also recently been very active into farming, organic farming. So this is one amazing guy, actually, awesome, I mean, wonderful personality, very, discreet person, does not stand in the limelight, a very hard worker in the backstages, basically. Wonderful guy, so we'll just hand over his momentum once he comes back to Chennai. Okay, let's proceed, the 3rd slide. So who is this? Yeah, Raj, please come. Raj is no ordinary man. So again, from a hardcore trekker, he was a regular on my difficult treks in the last 2-3 years. He has become very diversified. He is a very active sportsman, has been running for quite some time, and he has also actually been participating in our triathlons. He has finished several half Ironmans. He was also part of the full Ironman in November. You can see a photo taken near the end of the event. It was already dark. And he's a very diverse person. He's also active in social events. He has his own NGO. So he's like really an all-rounder, basically, a hardcore trekker as well as really active in green, social and sports events, like an amazing guy. So can I ask somebody to hand over the momentum? Can you please come? To hand over the small momentum to Raj Shekhar.
Thanks to everyone.
So if we click one more press, you will always see the name and actually 12 events. So Raj has nearly done one kind of trek, green event, social event almost every month. So this is actually what I wanted to really recognize in this specific event. People who have kind of taken the initiative to kind of step out, boom, send an invite to the group and kind of reach out 12, easily 20, 25 people on every event. So almost he has reached out to 300 people and gotten them in the outdoors or in some social or sports activities. Next one. Who? Yeah, correct, Nivea. So here we can see, right, a lot of Nivea again is more focused on the one specific stream, the photography, and has also started along with other organizers like Vinod and others, one specific stream which is the heritage photography, so combining kind of the historical track with the art of photography. So she has been very regularly co-organizing almost 11 events, almost again once a year. Taking out small group of passionate people on photography trips to all kinds of heritage sites. In addition to that, she has also covered a lot of major events in CTC, the marathons, the triathlons, throughout the year actually with a whole group of photographers. So this is again important, right, to spread more awareness, coastal cleanup, sports events, spread more awareness on the social media to the kind of activities that people can participate in. Okay, so we'll hand over the momentum to Nivea later as she's not here. Next one. It's like a tracker. I hope I have removed the name, but I guess you guys have participated, that's why I know. Indeed, this is Nachi. Nachi has been also very active with 11 tracks. Photo from TX6. Yes, Nachi is also not with us. Is there? Please, Nachi, come. So Nachi has scaled up again very quickly from a regular participant, mostly on difficult tracks. He focuses mostly on tracks as of today, so which is fine. And as kind of I think you joined the group in 2011 June. So within just almost, I think you started participating in 2012 itself. Organizing, yeah. 2012. Yeah. So just in 1 year he started kind of very actively organizing, I guess, as part of his passion for the outdoors, for trekking. So small hands for Nachi. Thanks, Nachi, for wonderful contribution to the group. It almost sounds like some corporate recognition program. You want to say something?
Thank you for this, and it wouldn't have been possible without Peter's encouragement and of course Rajkumar Jacob over there. He's the one who encouraged me to start organizing and just follow my passions. So thank you.
I forgot to mention that Nachi and Raj typically are like one team that goes up for organizing, and Raj definitely would be Nachi's mentor. So Nachi also very, respected in the sense that he really focuses not like on picnic treks, but really also focuses on serious trekking, like what is CTC originally known for, so moderate and difficult treks. And he's also pretty good, I think, in finding his way around the jungle, so picked up good in navigation and map reading. Next one, participant also led one of the teams of the treasure hunt. Who is this?
Balaji Mohan.
Yeah, so this is indeed Polamaa Mohan. Yes, Polamaa traveled to Chennai this weekend. He's Bangalore based, although his family is here. So Polamaa again, I think initially started as a serious trekker, has still been there on some of my difficult treks towards Palani Hills. But he has also now kind of can see his new machine here, the Desert Storm Enfield Bullet. So he has been very active in the front of biking. I think he has been mentored originally by Arun Prabhakar, and he has really taken it independently forward, organizing lots of bike trips through all over South India, including one bike trip where we met him on the way to Leh somewhere. He was leading a group of 12 bikers from all the way, I think, from Srinagar to Manali, and he even started from Chennai and went all the way back to Chennai, covering some 7,000 kilometers. So, awesome guy. Next. You can see a lot of green here. You see the photo. Arun Prasad.
ஆனா இந்த ஈவெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாமே பாத்தீங்கன்னா மாசூர் சிவா இவங்க போஸ்ட் பண்ணி என்ன போடலையா கேட்டு போட வைக்கிறது. அதே மாதிரி ஈவெண்ட் போட்டதுதான் வந்து பேர் ஒருத்தர் 2 பேர் தான் போட முடியும். ஆனா எல்லா ஈவெண்ட்லயுமே ஒன்று சுதாகர் இல்லைன்னா வேற யாராவது சீட்ஸ் கலெக்ட் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க, இல்லை வேற யாராவது ஒரு பெட்ரோல்ஸ் கலெக்ட் பண்ணிட்டு வருவாங்க. ஸோ இட்ஸ் டீம் எஃபோர்ட். எல்லாருமே பண்ணது, பட் பேர் வந்து ஒருத்தர் 2 பேர் தான் இருக்கு.
There are 2 wonderful treats of our green team members. One is the fact that obviously that they are doing a lot of wonderful work towards the environment. But one thing that I've also seen common between many of them is that nobody wants to take credit individually. They all see it as one big green. Definitely going to call up all the green team members, but at the same time I still wanted to pick out a couple of people who really have done amazing work.
Just you update speaker, you get together.
So can I ask Mr. J to hand over the momentum to Arun? Personally, I haven't been on many events together with Arun, but one thing that I will always remember is on the, I think it was the Down to Dusk marathon, when Arun was actually shuffling between garbage, segregating. I mean, it's really amazing. I mean, it almost emotionally takes you out. These guys are passionate about what they do, the waste management, the segregation. I mean, going through dirt and kind of separating biodegradable, compostable garbage from non-degradable garbage. It's their passion towards the greener environment. Okay, next slide. Oops. Go to the next one. I think I spoiled the experience. Go. Just take care of a couple of things. Now the wordings are there, but yeah, basically I think they're actually in the wrong order. So the guys in Bangalore have been very active. One thing that I've seen happening over the years is that many of our dedicated organizers, regulars in the group who get married seem to disappear instantly. This is one exception to them. He got married last year, but still you can see he has a very active track record. So he was able to bring his spouse along to many of these outdoor events. So nobody less than Ramzan, one more click, associate professor in aeronautics. Ramzan has been there, so I think he's one of the more senior organizers in the group who has been there for many years, almost more than 4 years I believe, which is also quite impressive. Many of us seem to kind of get out of the outdoor life after 1 or 2 years, but this guy really was able to remain active for many years. Initially joined a lot of the, again, hardcore treks, and then recently bought a bike and is now doing a lot of bike trek combinations around Bangalore together with his wife. So he has kind of kept Bangalore quite active. We have a lot of CTCians who kind of are native Bangalore or moved to Bangalore from Chennai, so he's keeping them busy. So we'll send your momentum to Bangalore, Ramzan. Okay, next. We have another big list of photography related events here. Yeah, so you already saw the pic. So Navani. Another amazing guy. So initially again co-organized a lot of events along with the other photographers. I think he went along with Nivea many trips. But he has also quickly become kind of an independent organizer, co-organizer, and has kind of done, he's actually been very active in the last couple of months. I think we can expect a lot of photography related outdoor events from Navani. Navani is also not here, again we'll hand him over the momentum later. He has also been contributing a lot to the photographic coverage of our major events, running events, triathlons and cleanups. So he has helped us a lot in spreading awareness for those activities. Next slide. I hope that we have the text first now. Yeah. Who is this?
Arun Jacob.
Keep guessing. Who is this? Come on, guys. Not Arun Shekhar. Arun Shekhar has not been very active this year. Let's take a look. Who is it? Yeah, the man.